You were joking. Never, in all my worst nightmares, have I
That was just for your actions.
All right, I believe you. What? Not a fan of reminiscing?
I never thought you'd side with the Abyss, or you could have easily blamed the...
Indeed. Yes. We knew that the great abyssal power, yet we still despaired at it. Still. And besides, who else?
I suppose you have changed a lot over the past. Had you been so generous during... All my good deeds were clear, and as much as it pains me to bring up his name, even my... There's little point in discussing it now, of course. You wore a mask of benevolence as you viciously suppressed the next generation of knights, all to bolster your own position and reputation. What? Too cowardly to admit it?
Oh, I'm sorry, Dainsleif. I would apologize to you for those actions, truly. But the fact is, I honestly can't remember them anymore. Look at me. Look at what has become of me. Only by the Abyss's grace have I managed to maintain this physical form. But as for the rest, memories, spirit, emotions, personality, they have long become eroded, fragmented beyond recognition. Even if mine was a past steeped in sin, or in shame I once longed to hide, I would wish to remember it. Without my history, I would like to apologize for any misdeeds that are mine. So
no wonder your personality struck me as different. Memories are indeed a crucial part of a person's identity. So, the Khanria we once called home.
You seem to remember much. Could you tell me more about it? About our golden age?
I'm not interested. I have neither the time nor the sympathy.
Is that so? What a pity. But this will be quite sufficient.
The Loom of Fate. What have you done? Tell me.
I'm afraid I owe you yet another apology. The homeland hasn't yet been revived. Think of ley lines as the collection of memory. The Loom of Fate cannot read, and so we relied on everyone in the Abyss Order to provide.
So the Loom of Fate is running as we...
Indeed. We up. What a shame.
So that's where I'm supposed...
Precisely. For you possess a ring, of course. We had to obtain the memories in your mind.
So this was your true goal. So be it. You're gambling.
Perhaps. But
Enough about your beloved leader. In that case, prepare to be slain and...
Are you okay? Did something happen? We're not from the same world, are we?
No. I come from your future.
Wait, but that's great! That means the world isn't going to end. In that case, tell me, what happens to Conria? What happens to my homeland? No, wait. Don't answer that. We can only fight for our future. If the future is unknown, I still believe the Savior can turn things around. I'll carry on looking for him. Even if you're... Although, in a way, I've already found my Savior. It's you. You protected me. It's just... too bad that we're not from the same time or place. Oh, one last thing before I forget. I know how much you want to find your... So, is there anything you can... That way, when I do find him, I can convince him that you're also searching for him. Huh? What is it?
So that's what happened. Istaroth, the ruler of time, must have had a hand in this. There's no other way that this meeting could have taken place. I knew only the ending. I've always been curious about the events that led to it. When the Cataclysm first began 500 years ago, I, as the Prince of Conria, was preparing to do my part, to fight back with all my might. But then this girl, Diridith, she found me. The irony was that even as she desperately begged me to save the world, I was stunned. And I was suspicious of her claim that you were searching for me. We'd been separated ever since I awakened in Teyvat. I searched the whole planet and found no trace of you anywhere. And then I was faced with an extremely difficult decision. I desperately wanted to see you again. But Conria was in equally desperate need of my help. I knew that no matter what I chose, I'd regret my decision for the rest of my days. So I steeled myself against the guilt and made my decision. I went to see you, but when I found you, you were still in hibernation. Even the key to the chamber was still secure on your person. I couldn't make sense of what I was seeing, but there was no time to think. I just grabbed you and ran. That's where we are right now. This question has haunted me for the past 500 years. I never imagined the answer would come to... So, my actions 500 years in the future set everything in motion. Not yet. But I've taken a very important step. Now the ley lines of Conria are complete. I'd always thought that Tevat's ley lines were locked by the heavenly principles. But then, I learned that Natlan's Night Kingdom appeared to be an exception to the rule. So, I directed the Abyss Order to feign an attack on Natlan, buying me some time to enter the Night Kingdom. Unfortunately, for other reasons, even the Night Kingdom cannot host any new ley. Still, I received the Lord of the Night's permission and activated the Loom of Fate. Using an Intivat as the base, I was able to grow a realm. That superimposition is what After that, the new with those memories as raw materials, and the superimposed realm, what I now hold in my hand. This is the product of the Loom of Fate. One day, I will find a suitable host When I first arrived in Conria 500 years ago, my memory, it was only after I had served as their prince for many years that I slowly began to remember everything. But recovering old memories didn't simply erase the part of my life I spent in Conria. I still see it as my second home. That is why my guilt weighs so heavily on me. But even so, that only constitutes part of my motive. More importantly, if I wish to speak with the heavenly principles as an equal, I will need the might of an entire world behind me. Huh?
I don't know why, but the way you're talking just doesn't sound like you at all. Ether, this whole thing, your plan, what does it have to do with us?
All along, it's only ever been about us. Goodbye, Lumine. We will begin anew at the end of your journey.
Our hero is back! Everyone's been waiting for you. The Abyss Order made a full retreat before our forces even arrived on the scene. All thanks to your
Paimon doesn't know the details either. The Traveler just disappeared. Paimon was looking all over for her, and then she suddenly reappeared, right back in the same spot.
I think I got the gist of what happened. Something to do with...
Huh? You met your brother? And you didn't think to tell Paimon right away? Well, never mind.
What your brother accomplished? It all... But what surprised me the most was that the Lord of the Night actually chose to allow it. The Lord of the Night did during the war with the Abyss. Mawika believed that we should fight to protect our culture, and so the Lord of the Night was very intrigued when presented with... She saw your brother's action.
Preserve a nation?
With that in mind, the Lord of the... However...
An additional condition?
No idea.
Huh.
Alright, well, let's not overthink this for now. I trust the Lord of the Night. Don't you agree, Traveler? on, let's head back to the Collective of Plenty. Oh, Varessa should be there too. We'll treat you to a real feast. Huh?
Ian-san, leave her. This might be hard to understand.
Traveler,